evening, everybody. This is your girl, Yo Yo, and I'm back. I came back in because we have a special guest tonight. But before I start, I got to do a little administrative things going on. So make sure that you go to uh, our Instagram page, Yo Yo 7393001. Follow. Also, YouTube, Let's Grow with Yo-Yo or Yo-Yo H. Either one of them will bring us up. Subscribe and share. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. But I can't do anything without doing our Did You Know in Black History. So we're going to jump on in and start that first. Thomas Andrew Dorsey, born July 1st, 1899, in Villa Rica, Georgia. He was introduced to music growing up in church. He became an excellent piano player. He taught himself how to read music, and in 1960, he traveled to Chicago. 4 years later, he released his first copyrighted blues song. Dorsey played both gospel and secular music. He composed over 1,000 songs. 500 of these songs were published. One of his most famous songs is Precious Lord, Take My Hand. Y'all know that song, Precious Lord, Take My Hand. He was the first African American inducted into Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame. Thomas Andrew Dorsey also inducted into the Gospel Music Association's Living Hall of Fame. That is your Did You Know in Black History. So I wanted to say this. I do the Did You Know in Black History because it is something that is being taken away from us in society. Over in Florida, they're taking away African American studies. You can't say certain things. You can't say woke. Really, he means black. So this is the way to get people to understand and know our history as long as ourselves. So, y'all, that is your Did You Know in Black History. Yes, I painted my face up today because I needed to. I needed to look pretty today. Anyway, I got a good thing going for us tonight. This young lady, the book is called You Know What? I Don't Feel Like Wearing a Bra Today. Author Tiffany Latrell is going to be on our show tonight, y'all. Wait a minute, here she go. Say hey, Tiffany.
Oh, wait.
What? I can hear you.
Hey, everybody. Wait, okay, so this is totally new to me, so I'm trying to share it to my audience. Hold on.
Okay. You doing okay tonight?
I am. How are you?
I am wonderful. Y'all see she has the screen of her book. You know what? I don't feel like wearing a bra today. Now listen, I know a lot of people probably think she's talking about wearing a bra, but it's so much more to this book than meets the eye. And when she gets a minute, I want her to talk about herself a little bit. So tell us about yourself, ma'am.
Okay, hey. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for asking me to be on. This is my first time ever doing anything like this, so you are special forever in my heart because you gave me.
Well, thank you very much.
So thank you so much. But yeah, so I am Tiffany, everybody. I'm from Glenmore, Louisiana. It's a little bitty town in central Louisiana. I grew up military, so I have lived all over. I am a mother to two amazingly talented and intelligent and handsome little fellas. They're
How old are they?
On tonight, so they better be on. But Michael is my oldest son. He's 24. Okay. He's my musician. He's an amazing musician. And Jalen is my youngest. He's 16, and he's my athlete. Both of them definitely keep me in line. So yeah, I like to be outdoors. I love sports. I love to laugh, joke, have a good time. I just like to live life.
Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with that because he loves living life.
Right.
Let's see. Ricard said he can't hear. Y'all can't hear me?
I hear you.
You hear me? I don't see where it's. Oh, let me cut it up some more. Yeah, it's all the way up. Janice, her mom is watching with Daryl. So proud of my girl.
My mom and my stepdad.
Beta Bailey watching from Fayetteville. Oh, these all congratulations, Tiff. Hearts. Hey, Prophetess Mars, how are you? Okay, so what made you come up with this concept of the book?
So the concept of the book kind of came about. I was a juvenile probation officer for many years.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked with lots and lots of teenagers. And, when you work with kids, oftentimes you meet them and you see yourself in a lot of people, that you meet. And most of the kids that I deal with, I recognize early on that a lot of them are really just kind of struggling with who they are, not knowing who they are, or just not being able to be accepted for who they are.
Right.
And it was, a few guys and girls that they just had personalities that, they were different from a lot of people. And so they struggled a lot. And so it just kind of made me remember about my teenage years, and how, I kind of went off path because, I was just kind of struggling with my own personality. And so I just decided that I would write a book one day. I was literally sitting in my office. I was like, I'm going to write a book. And, my friends were all like, yeah, like whatever. Because they used to be like giving all of these ideas and I never finish it. So they were just like, all right, well, just let me know when the book is finished. But I did it. And I finished it.
Why this title for the book, though? Why this title?
So the title came about because I knew that when I wanted to create a title for the book, I wanted it to be something catchy, something fun, kind of off the wall. And so I knew that I wanted it to be something that most people can relate to. And so the bra kind of came about. And it's so funny because when I came up with the title of the book, I actually typed this in a Facebook status in 2015.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I completely forgot about it. Right. And it popped up on my memories one day. And I was like, wow, look at this. So I actually put this title of the book out there, just being funny on a Facebook status. And here we are, like 7-8 years later, and that's the title of my book. So
okay, so it was just one of those. Let's see if this.
Yeah, basically.
Can you read us a passage in the book that you like about this book?
Yeah. So all right. So it's a small passage.
What section of the book does this come from?
Okay, so this is going to be from chapter 5. And the title of that book is That Is a Hole, and You Are Wrong for That.
Wow, that's my chapter right there.
So the passage is much like sadness, confusion is a feeling that we often try to dismiss. I believe that we want to dismiss any feelings of confusion because we do not want to appear weak. As many people feel that confusion is not a normal or a positive feeling. We want to force ourselves to believe that we have all things figured out. But feeling confused is a compelling feeling. Confusion does not make you weak. In fact, it takes courage to openly admit to yourself that you are confused. It takes courage to say to yourself, you know what, self? I don't have all of the answers. And you know what? Not having the answers is perfectly okay.
Janice is definitely that. All her. So the one thing I like about the book, even though the title says, what, I don't feel like wearing a bra today, is the metaphors that you use in the book. How we can tribute that we all got a favorite bra, because I know I do. And I know my ex is like, if you don't go throw that bar away, it's over. Like the one
to get rid of it. We can get rid of it.
comfortable. You know, they sit upright. But like in the passage that you just read, and I forgot how it all started, but I wanted to read you one from chapter 1 when she says, "Are those your nipples?" And when it came about when you started getting breasts, right?
Yeah.
And you said, "You nevertheless, I remember the feelings associated with them budding all too well. My feelings were all over the place. You see, oh God, what the heck just happened? Let me define it. Sorry. What was that? I remember the feelings associated with them budding all too well. My feelings were all over the place. You see, I was not the most feminine girl out of the bunch. In fact, I thought I was one of the boys. It was very difficult for anyone to try to convince me that I was not as tough as the boys. However, my parents would have to remind me of the fact that I am indeed a girl." Now, I remember growing up in New York, we always played like with the boys in the street and football and all that stuff. And then when I started getting these, I was like, oh my God, what, they gonna look at me different now. I ain't gonna know what to do with myself. Like, why are they coming? They're not supposed to come up like that. So was that your, I mean, in the book is kind of like your feeling, but is that what you felt like when you started?
Yeah, so that's exactly what I felt like. So for me, I am a guy's girl, I am a daddy's girl. My dad and I are like ace boon coons. Ever since I was a little girl, we would hang out, play pool. I have all brothers. I have 2 sons. So I am a guy's girl. So, the one thing that separates us are our old breasts. So
these jokers up there, baby. They just everywhere.
Yeah, of course, I felt a little weird, like different in a way, because it's like none of my friends have these.
Right.
So why do I have them? So
what made you come up with the different metaphors that you use in your book?
So with the metaphors, honestly, for this book, they just kind of came together. So this is kind of the way I developed a technique to reach the teenagers that I used to, that I encounter, that I still mentor. You can't talk to kids the way, you talk to adults. So one of the things that I kind of developed and I perfected was trying to paint a visual. And something that they can relate to, and they would get it, once and so I think that that's a gift of mine, because it just kind of comes natural, where I'm just able to paint a real life, a realistic picture that you can actually see, that is able to, kind of put your life or your situation into a reachable goal where you can actually see it, touch it. It gives you like a different perspective on how you can handle that situation. So
that's good. Now I have a question. 27 kids at a birthday party? Listen, somebody gotta go.
That's on my mom and my daddy. Like, they just let me do. Like, listen.
Yeah, I'm talking about I'm in chapter 2 of the book, and in this, she had 27 kids. She invited 27 kids to her 5th birthday party. Now, at 5, it would have just been me, the husband, and the child, and the brother. No. How did you come up with, who has 27 friends? So I'm an old adult, and I don't think I had 27 friends like
Listen, the thing about it is, that's one of the things, that's why it was so important for me to put that in. One of the blessings that I am so grateful for about my parents are, they really let myself and my brothers be who we are, So for me, I was just that kid, where I love to talk to people. I loved meeting people. They knew that I was just going to have like always like a lot of people around. And so, they didn't minimize that. And I appreciate that because that was one of my best birthdays, and I still remember that. And my mom and my dad still talks about that, like, and they're the same way. They were not going to turn anybody away. So it's just like, they let me have it, and everybody had a great time.
Janet, Jefferson said, I'll never forget that birthday party. I was like, how many? Yeah, I'd have been like, who? What? No, we can't do that. But
yeah, they let me be me, and I love it. I'm so grateful for it.
So you said you had a nickname, a Swift Tiff. How did that come about?
So my grandma gave me that name. And she gave me that name when I was little because she said that I just did everything fast. Like, I was just so advanced in so many areas of my life. And that was so my grandma, I miss her a lot, but she had a lot of grandkids, but she had a special bond with each grandkid. Right. And so one of her bonds that she would have, we all had nicknames, and she would name us according to our personalities. And so my name was Swift Tiff, and that was her reason, because I just did everything way too fast for her. And she liked it. So
she's like, I need 27 kids though. But
right. She would have been okay with it too. She loved it.
So I like when you said we are all born with a special gift. Your special gift is anything that comes natural to you. So how would that speaks for itself. But if you see someone and they're struggling to figure out their purpose in life, what would you say to them?
So what I tell people, honestly, I tell people that it's something that you recognized about yourself early on. Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing about it is, to me, it's something that you really, really love, or it's something that you don't love. Like, it's something that comes natural, and you just like, oh my God, why am I this way? But it's just who you are. And so I always tell people to start there. Like, just think about something that you really, really love about yourself. And it's something that just comes so natural to you. You start there. And then you explore from that moment. Or if it's something that, like I said, it's something that you hate, but you can't let it go. Start there, because that is just, truly who you are. And that's just my advice for people when they're trying to figure out who they are, or what their talent or what their gift is.
Janet Jefferson said her great aunt Faye would say she was here before. Always an amazing girl.
That's my mama too.
You was here before. You was here before. You was here before. Okay, so there is it was a passage in the chapter that you said that you started to hide yourself when you moved, when your family moved. And so many men, young women do this a lot. They, I guess, trying to fit into society's way of thinking.
Yes.
And it that chapter, like, when I say I had shedded a tear, because I was like that. Because I was like, when I lived in New York and then I moved to Virginia. And my siblings was there in Virginia before I got there. So I had to shift and try to fit into that. And I felt like I wasn't, they had their own little secret.
Right.
And I had to try to fit in.
Yeah.
So I think, to me, that part of the book like really resonated to me, because I was like, that's me. That was me growing up. And even like you said, when you was in the military. When I was in the military, it was like, okay, you got to cipher yourself, because if you think you might have some E6 that you like, you know what, that don't sound right, but okay, I'm gonna go with what you say.
Right. Okay, yeah, whatever.
And so that part of the book was like really strong and profound to me, and I really enjoyed that chapter of the book because it made me think about myself a lot, because I'm working through some things too.
Mhm.
But can you elaborate a little bit more for the people out here about that chapter in the book?
Yeah, so that book was really personal to me also, because like I say, you see yourself in other people. And so, with a lot of kids that I had, it's a few in particular of the hundreds that I've had, but there were some that just, when I met them, I could instantly feel their spirit, and I just knew that they were just struggling with being accepted, because they didn't think like everybody else. They didn't act the way that everybody else did. They didn't have that, like you say, that connection, that bond that certain people had, and they struggled with that, and so for me it was the same thing. When we moved back home, all of my cousins, and I say all the time, if I didn't have 1,000 cousins, I would have completely been a loner. Like, I would have been by myself, because it really was a struggle to try to form a bond with a lot of people, just because I just was not the same. And I like what you said, because that actually gives me a different perspective on it. It was a bond that they had, that I didn't have. And
Right.
so, coming into that at the age that I came into it, at 14, 15,
Right.
it was difficult. And so it was really, really, really hard. And so, I really did try to minimize who I was, because the person that I knew that I was, the person that all the way up until that point that I was comfortable with, I was completely uncomfortable, and I didn't understand, what I was supposed to do, and so I really started to hide my true personality, and just try to pretty much figure out a way to, get past that time and cope. And so, and I saw that in a lot of my kids, and I really focused on the kids that I felt they were struggling with that same situation. So
now when I say that, I was like, oh my God, she all in my neighborhood. I'm gonna need her to get out. Like, move, get out of my way, lady. Like, you don't know me like this.
But when you realize that you actually can go back and look at some of the decisions that you made, or some, you know what I mean, some of the mistakes that you made, and it's just like, I think back now, and I'm 41, about some things I did in high school, and I'm just like, why did I do that? You know what I mean? But I did it. You know what I'm saying? So
young and dumb, but didn't know no better, didn't want to listen to mom and daddy. That was me. I don't know about nobody else, but that was me. I wanted to do my own thing.
exactly.
Miss Janet said, at 15, our pastor told her smile wasn't there by chance, and that she would really make a difference in the lives of people, a great influence on young people. That is sweet.
Well, he did. He did tell me that at a time when I was really struggling. I was like, this can't be true. Like, nobody likes me here. Like, come on. Like, where is this coming from? So, yeah.
And when you said that you used to be on the honor roll, you were smart and everything, and then your grades started slipping because you weren't fitting in. You weren't like where you were like before. Everybody knew you, everybody loved you. Here, these people like, oh, like, looking at you crazy and stuff.
Yeah.
So how is that in your life now? Is it the same way, or are you out of that shit?
I'm out of that. Listen, I could care less, okay? Like, I could care less. Like, it feels good to be this free, though, like, it feels good to be able to just be like, okay, so we're going to talk about all of this stuff today. We're going to talk about the weird stuff. We're going to talk about the funny stuff. You don't like it? All right, you're fine. Whatever. Move on.
Right.
I am so out of that.
One part, it says, hold on to your bra. And I said, what is it? Unanswered questions for too long will start to cause problems in other areas of your life as well. Constantly adjusting will eventually start to affect your confidence and how you show up in the world. I love that. Because that bra with the holes in it and the wire sticking out.
Be crazy.
That means it's comfortable, but you gotta let it go.
Absolutely.
And that part, I was like, well, all these unanswered questions that I got, I just didn't know. But then now, holding on to all those things really did a toll on me, right?
It does.
So when I started letting go of certain, I'm still working. I'm work in progress. I tell everybody every day I'm a work in progress,
and we all are.
right? I'm still trying to work some things out. But when you start letting go, and I love, like I said, I love the metaphors you see, and you know, doggone well, you're looking in that mirror, and you like, now this bra is really crooked, or my breasts are went. One is up and one is down. I don't know what happened.
Right, you're trying to push it.
Trying to stick your hand in it. Yeah. So, that part right there, I was like, it really affects not just your confidence, but everything else in your life, like how you go out in the world, how you work, how you greet people, how you treat your children, your husband, anybody in the world, right? So this book to me, this is not listen, y'all, it's not a long read. You ain't gonna be in here for 4 or 5 days.
No.
Like I'm on another book, but I had to get it on audiobook because I saw the book and it was like this thick, and I was like, I just want to read. It's like 12 hours long. I'm like, sit around for 12 hours and read. Right. But I wanted to, it's about Black history, so I got it anyway. So when you look at, like, I'm gonna give this example with your sons. I don't have sons, I have daughters, so I look at them like as me. How can you relate this book to them because they don't wear bras?
So
they don't wear bras.
I know it needs to be, Mama, put a bra on. Don't tell me to put a bra on. Okay, don't do that.
I want you to throw away now. That's right.
So with my boys, no, I can't tell them to put on a bra, right. But the message is still the same with them. It's like when you notice things are changing in your life, pay attention to those changes, because we're naturally going to, we're naturally going to go through, did I lose you? Oh, I don't know. But we're naturally going to go through changes in life. And so, I tell them that when those changes start to occur, just pay attention to those changes and make the necessary adjustments that need to be made, But, for us, it's adjusting those bra straps or pushing that underwire in, or like I said in the book, air drying it instead of putting it on a dryer. But for them, I just, listen, adjust what needs to be adjusted, but don't adjust too long, because after a while, if you continue to adjust and adjust and adjust, at some point in your life, you're actually just wasting time.
That's a good point. But we get so caught up trying to adjust.
Exactly. And that's, we get comfortable being uncomfortable, and it's like you don't realize how long you've been adjusting. Right. Until you actually, have that moment where you just like, okay, like this is crazy. And then when you get out of that and you go back and you're like, I just can't believe I've been doing that for that long. And so, that's what I tell them, just notice those changes. Don't ignore them. Right. Just make the adjustments, but just don't adjust too long.
There was another passage. Anger is an important emotion to explore. Some people would beg to differ on that one. However, you said it is important to feel anger, but ask yourself, why are you mad, sis? What is making you angry about that situation? What lesson or message did I miss? Should I have cursed them out, or should I have ignored them as I have already? I like that part because that's my issue. It's like I'd be angry and then I'd be like, And then I had to think about it. You know what I mean? Come on, get it together.
Right.
But I like that, because a lot of people will say, especially in anger management classes, before you get angry, you need to figure out why you're angry, and you shouldn't let your emotions get you to that point. Clara says it all makes sense. I'm balanced. Why do you say anger is such a good, important step to explore? Something, because a lot of people. My first therapist told me that anger kills. I had to let her go because I'm like, seriously, everybody gets angry, man. You ain't never been angry in your whole entire life.
Right. That's not realistic. So I think that was important because we do get angry. You know what I mean? Like there are certain situations that we have been through, so we talk about noticing changes, adjusting to those changes, and then ultimately letting go. And so once you let go, you're able to reflect on a lot of things that you've been through. And nobody is going to say that you're not going to think about something,
right,
and be angry about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I think that so many people, it's certain emotions that we go through, like anger and confusion. You want to dismiss those feelings, but they come naturally. And you just have to embrace it. It is okay to be angry about a situation, or, it's perfectly fine. Now, how you act, when you're angry, that's different. That's on you. But the natural emotion of being angry, that just comes natural, and it's perfectly okay. And I think that you have to allow yourself that opportunity, which is why I say, have that conversation in the mirror. Cuss out everybody you need to cuss out in that mirror, like go in that bathroom and just be in there, going in on but you have to get it out. Like you have to allow it to process, because, and once you do, you're able to stop and say, okay, well, but who are you mad at? Are you mad at them? Are you mad at yourself? So it's when you allow it to process the way it naturally processes, you're actually able to, kind of develop a different perspective on why you're angry, and you're able to start moving past that moment. So
when I was reading this, I was like, I'll be in the mirror. It's so funny. I was like, this lady is all in my business. Because I do be in the mirror like, you okay. And then after that, I'm like, okay, I'm calm.
Yeah, you listen, put that one song on, honey, and just in the mirror like
right.
It naturally happens.
And then after, I'm like, okay, now think about it. Like,
right.
Now I can talk to you, because if I would have done this before, then it would have been a whole situation.
Exactly. But it's a natural emotion. And so I think you go wrong when you try to dismiss it, when you try to be like, oh, I'm above that. But just like you said, listen, everybody gets angry.
Right.
Come on, everybody. And if you don't get angry about something, I'm side-eyeing. Like I don't trust you. Right. I don't trust you.
Alien. And I like when you said, wait a minute, I can't see, I got to put my glasses on. I would suggest to just sit in the moment or for a day to feel what you need to feel. Then you must get up, smile, and move on. Mm-hmm. And I think about all the people, like, I suffer from depression. And one of the counselors that I had said, it's okay. Go cry, scream, whatever, like you said, whatever. But then you have to get up and you have to try to move forward every day. Every day. It's one day at a time, 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time. And I tell my daughters all the time, it's okay. Take a day.
Right.
You're heartbroken. Take a day or two. Now, when you start getting in 3, 4, 5, we got an issue, because then you're going to get deeper and deeper into that hole. So take a day or two. Cry it out, scream. Don't talk, you don't eat, don't brush teeth, wash your butt. Okay. But on that 3rd or 4th day, it's time to get up and move forward. Exactly. And that's why I really, really enjoyed this book, because I was like, everything that I'm learning, she has in this book. And then I was like, then I can think about this broad. And the funny thing about it, I was reading and you was talking about the bra. I looked at my favorite bra. Girl. My favorite bra does not fit me anymore. I don't know what's going on with my breasts. The older I get, they getting bigger and bigger. And I'm like, dog, for real. I ain't gained no weight, so why are you moving? So, but the bra that I have, it's like comfortable for me, but I be having the fat, hanging off here. And but that's like my favorite bra. And I was like, she said, yo, let me throw the bra away. I ain't throwing it away yet.
I got a favorite bra right now, the underwires. I'm like, I done told people to throw this bra away. I just can't get rid of that bra.
It's comfortable.
It's so good to me.
I can maneuver in it, whatever. That's my bra, and I'm gonna wear my bra. I don't care what you say. You ain't gotta see it. It's under my clothes.
I agree. I support it 100%.
Thank you. Also in the book, you said confusion is not a negative feeling or emotion. Confusion is a powerful emotion that you must explore openly. Confusion happens during your awakening phase because you are feeling as well as learning new information. Now I'm gonna say this. I was reading another book, and I think I don't want to quote it wrong, but in the book they were saying confusion is not a good thing. But where you're saying it is a good thing because you need to feel that it's like a negative emotion that you have to go through. Like, did I do something wrong? And did I do this right? Did I do that right? No, that's even in a job. My daughter's in college, and I tell her sometimes that sentence didn't make not one sense to me, but okay. When she write her paper or whatever, I don't know.
Support. You got to have a support.
Right. So why do you think confusion is an important part?
So confusion, just like anger, I feel that those are two emotions that we just, for whatever reason, we just feel like it's just not okay. Mm-hmm. It's like, if we're sad, it's like, okay, you can be sad, or, but confusion to me, it does have a negative undertone, right. Like it just if you're confused and it just, you're just off or whatever, you need to chill. But to me, much like anger, confusion comes naturally.
Right.
Once again, we're talking about noticing the changes and embracing the changes and figuring out what it is that you need to do. So when things start to happen in our lives, you're not going to tell me that you don't just stop and be like, I don't get it, And so I think that being able to be openly admit that you're confused, it is a powerful, it's a powerful, I feel like you have to have a certain level of courage and a certain level of vulnerability and an honesty within yourself to be able to just look at a situation and just say, you know what? I don't have all the answers. I can't figure this out. And I just don't freaking get it. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't. I'm so confused. And I think that when you're able to do that, I think that it frees you in a way because it stops you from trying to just going back and forth in your head, trying to figure out a solution or an answer, to something that's happening. And so, a lot of things that happen to us in our life, well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but there are many situations that if you look back over your life that you have encountered, you still to this day don't understand what happened.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you may never know. You may leave this earth and never understand why that happened or what happened, but what is the alternative? To just stay in that mindset, And so I think that once you're able to just openly say, I don't get it, I'm so confused. However, I got to do something different. I got to move forward. And so I just want people to know that it is okay to be confused. Like, that is perfectly normal. Like, and don't dismiss it, because when you try to dismiss it, you create you create more of a problem for yourself.
The reason why I'm going to say this, you should have been a counselor. That's your calling. Because, seriously, because if you think, because I'm telling you, I had like look, this is my 6th therapist. So I'm like, we gonna get it right. But like I think about like a therapist, like, why are you so confused? Why you shouldn't be over that? But I'm like, I don't get certain, I don't get certain things. I don't know why this happened. I don't know why that happened. And I don't understand, I'm using me as an example because I can't speak for anybody else but myself.
Right.
But when I read this, I'm like, that doesn't make, what I'm saying? It does make sense. I'm telling you, that was your calling, baby. That's just your calling. And I tell people, and I was my aunt, my sister, and I'm receiving about my cousins. Y'all need to get this book because it helps, it enlightens you. Even though, yeah, you use metaphors with the bras and stuff, but it enlightens you on a lot of things in life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what we go through every single day. And not just children, adults. Right? We all go through the anger stage, the confusion stage. The one part you said, we are extremely hard on ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Our worst critic is ourselves. I know for me, I'm so hard on myself.
Me too.
And but in some ways it's unhealthy, but in some ways it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I'm telling you, this book right here, it just did something to me. It is a really good book, and I told my daughter, you have got to read this book. I know the title look crazy, but you got to read the book. You got to read the book because you want to get a lot of things out of this book. And I really am excited and ecstatic for you. Is there going to be a second book?
I don't know.
I need to be on.
I don't know because I don't know. I'm still kind of wild at how this all came together. So I don't know.
I mean, it's a really good book. I enjoyed it. I read it in a day.
Much.
I read it again. I read it twice. Yeah, twice.
Oh,
because there's like so many things that that we have to put forth in our life. Did he say yes to a second book? Right. She needs to write a second book. She needs to come on with it. I mean, you ain't got to tell us a title or nothing. Just, give us a second book and we'll be all right.
It'll have to come to me.
I need an email. I'll be up on the email list. And
maybe I'll name it something with socks or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But when Ricard told me about the book, and I'm telling you, he told me, I was like, what is the name of it? And he sent it to me. So, I went on Amazon and I looked it up. And I said, okay, I'm going to get it. Let me see. I couldn't put it down when I started reading it, right? So I was like, hey, this is me. How she know me? She don't even know this woman. I don't know her. So then I asked Ricard. I was like, who is she? Like, why is she in my business? So, but it's really a good book. I enjoyed reading this book.
Thank you so much.
I enjoyed your conversation with the book. And listen, people, y'all if you don't have the book, go get the book. It's on Amazon. Mm-hmm. It's on Amazon. And it's called, I don't know, you know what? I don't feel like wearing a bra today. It's not always about bras. Man, you can read it because it'll help you, Black men. It'll help y'all with some of y'all insecurities or things that y'all have to work out. If you don't want to go talk to somebody, read the book. It ain't just, she used the bras as a metaphor, but it's about so much more in this book. And it really, really made me think about it. And my aunt loved it.
Oh,
I'm gonna get my husband to read this book. But is there anything else that you would like to tell us or say?
No. I mean, I'm just really excited. I'm really grateful for you. This was fun. So yeah, so just tell everybody,
the kidney.
So I did want to talk about, because it's National Kidney Month. And so I just wanted to talk to everybody about kidney disease and kidney failure. Mm-hmm. Because it is a huge issue in our communities. And so I am a huge advocate for living kidney donation. I am a living kidney donor, and I try to educate people on how to become a living kidney donor because there are so many people in our communities that are on dialysis. I know everybody knows somebody that's on dialysis or has ever been on dialysis. And there are thousands and thousands of people, from little kids, to older adults, that are waiting for kidneys from a deceased donor. And oftentimes they are on those lists for many years, or just say a few years. But, just if you guys are interested in living kidney donation, or if you are interested in wanting information on how to help families of people that are waiting on a transplant list, I encourage everybody to go to kidney.org. That's the National Kidney website. It gives a lot of information on how to become a kidney donor, as well as how to donate to other people and to donate to families. It also gives a lot of information that is very important on the signs and symptoms of kidney disease. And that's very important because a lot of those signs are very subtle, and oftentimes they go unnoticed, and sometimes until it's too late. So I just encourage everybody to educate yourself on your family history, as well as take care of your bodies. Make sure you're getting your annual physicals every year, and, just take care of yourself. Also,
go ahead.
Also, I have to give a shout out to my cousin, my little cousin sister, Alexis Queen. You guys can follow her on Facebook. It's Alexis QW at Facebook. She is the artist who designed the cover of the book. She drew all of that freehand. She is a dope artist. She has some really good art on her page. And so just go to her page and support her. She is really, really, really amazing. I love her. I appreciate her.
It's Alexis QW.
It's Lex QW, and that's her name on Facebook. I tell her all the time, the book cover is what attracts people. They are just so amazed. And so I'm grateful for her. She's really dope, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I like this, the cover. Now, I wanted to piggyback off of that kidney thing, because my father right now is in stage 4 kidney failure.
Oh.
And people, especially in the African American community, high blood pressure, diabetes is one of the dangers to our culture, our people,
everything,
and that causes a lot of kidney failure. And my father has hypertension, and so it's like we went to the doctor today, and they were like he needed water. I know people don't like drinking water because I hate drinking water.
Yes.
But
hydration is key.
Water, huh?
Hydration is key.
Yeah, keep drinking your water, and your diet, right? Your diet plays a lot when it comes to your health. So think about that. So he's only at stage 4, but it's like you're starting to tip the scale to stage 5, and that's when dialysis comes. And I'm telling him today, we gonna go. If I got to hook you up to something that put a whole bunch of water in you, I'm gonna do it.
They so hard-headed. They don't.
So it's just, think about that. Like, I have high blood pressure, but it runs in our family, and the doctor is just going to be one of those things that I'm gonna have for the rest of my life because it runs in my family. And I'm like, that's a lie. So we gonna change this diet up on top of everything else that's going on. But yeah, listen, I understand. I didn't know about the living kidney donor thing because I know about kidney donors that are deceased, and that's what people wait for somebody to die. They cannot be a match. When it comes to your family that can donate a kidney. Listen, you can off of one kidney now, y'all.
You can, and you it doesn't have to be within your family. It can be as long as you are a match with the person that it starts with your blood type. I think that's why it's so important that I tell people, because of course, you know how we are. Yeah. Everything is just so taboo. It's just so, I ain't doing that. Oh my God. But listen, I am a living kidney donor. I donated a kidney in September of 2007. I am perfectly fine, perfectly healthy. And as you say, you can live a long, lengthy, healthy life with one kidney. The only thing I really needed to change was switch from vodka to tequila.
I mean, hey, man, it's wrong with alcohol.
But no, just just being serious though. A lot of people don't know, and if they don't know, they're afraid. And so, that's why I try to get more of us to, just realize that it is an amazing gift to be able to, help somebody, to be able to give somebody a better quality of life. It is an amazing gift, and you won't regret it. So if that is something that you guys are interested in, just educate yourself on it. Go to kidney.org. It gives you all the information that you need to become a living kidney donor, and or donate to people if you choose to do that. So I encourage everybody to do that.
Carla Kirkwood said, men keep those BPs in check. Yes, they do. I think the men end up on dialysis because they don't want to take the meds because it messes up their erection. Listen, they got them little blue pills. They can take them blue pills. They can take them. Yeah, I mean,
they got a lot of help. Exactly.
They got a lot of help for them getting that erection. It's okay. I mean, listen, and that's why I was telling like my dad, you waited to do stuff too late, And don't like going to the doctor.
They don't. And that's why it's so important. Get those annual physicals. Because like I said, the signs and symptoms, it's nothing that is like, oh my God, let me get to the doctor. No, it is slow. It is subtle. And listen, get off being. Yeah.
No, I mean, y'all don't like going to the doctor. Y'all don't like, going to therapists. Y'all don't like doing it. Y'all don't like doing it. It's a bad thing.
Exactly.
But even in the African American community, we as a culture, as a people, need to understand there's nothing wrong with therapy.
No.
There's nothing wrong with going to the doctor. If you go to the doctor every 6 months to get your physical, get checked up, preventive stuff, so you won't have nothing major in the end. You know what I mean? Instead of waiting. Mm-hmm. That's all it is, right? And your mental health is so important.
So important.
And that's why I love this book because, I mean, even though she's not a licensed therapist, but she is a therapist in this book. Because in the book, she gives you a lot of things that, we don't think about every day. But we're this person in this book. Like, for me, I was like, dang, she all in my... I don't even know her like that. She need to go on about her business. And
I'm glad you weren't offended. I'm glad you weren't.
Get off of my back and stuff. But then I was trying to think about a lot of that stuff makes sense. A lot of the things that even though she did the things with the bra, everything that you were talking about in this book, except for the 27 children, I don't know how to do that. But I love this book. And I think people need to go and get out. I know you need to go out and get the book. Don't think it's on Amazon.
Yes.
It says, you know what? I don't feel like wearing a bra today. Man, you could get the book too.
Exactly.
Get the book too. And instead of put a bra, put your holy underwear that y'all wear every day.
Because they like holy underwear.
Right. So them holy underwears, instead of the bra, put the holy underwear in.
They like the breeze, just like we like the breeze under the arm.
So I appreciate you. I adore the book.
Thank you.
If the second one come, let me know because I will get that one too. And keep in touch so maybe we can do this again.
Oh please, this was fun. Oh my God, that's so
What he said? We like to breathe. Yeah, I know, but we do too. That's why we got these holes in these bras.
Exactly. It's a little warm under them t-shirts sometimes.
Right. Listen, once I come home and this bra go off, don't ask me to do nothing.
Such a release.
Because I ain't going nowhere.
The day is over.
I'm letting them hang all down to my legs, to my feet. That's it. They're going down there.
Exactly.
So, yeah, but thank you so very much. I appreciate you. I love the book. Again, people, the book is called, You Know What? I Don't Feel Like Wearing a Bra Today by Tiffany Littrell.
Uh-huh.
Tiffany Littrell. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
Oh, right. Thank you. I appreciate you. Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye-bye.